After 3 freaking long years of waiting, you guys are probably waiting to get this room tour, and it's finally gonna happen. I finally filmed the dang thing, because Cody and Aqua and everybody kept aggravating me about it. Here it is. I know I needed to do it anyway, but I appreciate you guys so much for pushing me to do it, because it needed to happen. And happy Subscriber Appreciation Week, blah blah blah. We're gonna get into the video now. Starting over here where my desk used to be, we built this shelf over here, and I just put random stuff on it, and I just use it for some storage, especially at the top over here. But for now, I put on the left side, I just put a Google Home Hub and Google stuff and Microsoft stuff. I guess you could call it a Google and Microsoft shrine. I basically do that to hate on all the Apple fans I know. And then on the top, you got a bunch of stuff and that Switch dock holder thingy and whatnot. But this is the computer parts that I used to build a new computer. I just figured I'd put the boxes there just to display them. I thought it looked pretty cool, so I spent a lot of time before I recorded this making all that. And then up there you can see the Falcons figure. I got that in my first Falcons game for George Dome a long time ago. Now this thing's pretty cool. My parents got this for me for Christmas. A friend did everything. None of that is like printed out or anything, but she drew everything, and it's pretty cool. And then here's a drone I got for Christmas too. It's a DJI Mavic Mini, and it's pretty cool. And I've got a lot of good shots with that. I'm planning on doing a lot this summer with that. And on the other side, you come over here, and then this is just a box storage area for right now. I'm meaning to take this stuff somewhere else, but I just left it in there for right now because I crammed it in there. But this is the handheld side too and stuff. And cool thing about this glass case is that we're looking at, I got this at a mall that I went to recently, and this is the Super Mario Brothers 3 side of it and Super Mario Maker side of it. And I got all this stuff on 9/11 2015, I think it was, and we went to Target, GameStop, Walmart, and got all that special stuff. And that's I think just a bunch of random stuff. The cool thing about that Mario 64 DS thing is it's actually a PAL game. It's a non-American game, but yet it played on my DS for a little while before I started having problems. I have no idea why it worked, but it wasn't an American game at all. Anyway, my parents got that for me when I was little, but they didn't know any better. But anyway, this side's got some Play Nintendo stuff and the Space Invaders Super Nintendo cartridge. And the cool thing about the Super Mario Brothers 3 thing is it's in mint condition. It is like amazing. It wasn't factory sealed, but it had a good seal to it. A guy found it in his attic, and it's got the manual and the game and everything in there. It's all perfect. I don't know. I think that poster beside of it came out of that thing too. So that's pretty cool. It's you'll see another one of those later. It's over toward the NES thing. It just basically has a bunch of games on it. That's my dad's copy of Super Mario Brothers 3 that the circuit board came out of, or whatever you call that. And I just took it out and just displayed what it looked like inside. Over here, I had my great uncle give me that Super Mario World cartridge. Thankfully, I didn't have to pay $50 for it. I don't know how much it's worth, but thank goodness I didn't have to pay for it. But over on the left side, I've got the original Legend of Zelda in the gray cartridge, and it still works, and the Adventures of Link in the gold cartridge, and they both still work. Over here on the bottom, it's just kind of a storage area. I just covered up with a curtain. It helps out a lot. I can just throw stuff in there. It's pretty organized though. But on this side, we've got the Nintendo DS and 3DS stuff, the games and everything. And in those cases right there, there's a few Nintendo 3DS XLs. That first one with the light on right there is the first one I got. I remember buying it at Target on the day it came out a long time ago. And NES 12 Days of Socks thing is pretty cool too. My parents got that for me a few years ago for Christmas. And other than that, those napkins and stuff are good for cleaning cartridges. It's got a bunch of alcohol wipes in there and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Moving up to the next part up here, we got the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy SP, Nintendo DS, Nintendo DS Lite. Nintendo DSi XL. The only thing I don't have is a DSi regular, and then I don't have Virtual Boy, and I don't have a Game Boy Micro. I don't think I'm missing any other ones. I might be missing a Game Boy Pocket, but I don't know if it came to America or not. But anyway, let's move up to the top. Here are the boxes to those 3DS and 2DS stuff. There's a 2DS somewhere. I think it's in the box. I think I put all of the 3DS stuff in the box. So except for the new one and the regular, my first blue one, and there's some just cases and figures over there. Up here is the NES side of the shelf. It's got Rob the Robot, 2 Zappers, NES Classic Edition. That's actually a second edition of that. It's not the first one. And a Nintendo Entertainment System. It's the first one that came out. It was like a launch thing in New York. It was like whatever bundle that they had with Rob and Gyromite and Duck Hunt. And on the top of that, it's NES 101, Power Glove, and a special edition 3DS XL. I had more footage for this side of the shelf, but I don't know what happened to it. I think it got corrupted or something, but I'm just going to take a still shot of this and show you. The Rob the Robot there came with the NES set. I've got the NES is the one that I've got on the shelf on the other side. And there's a Game Boy right beside Rob, and it's got a just a Game Boy box behind that. And then beside that, there's a big old I don't know what you call it. It's some sort of jukebox. I don't know the brand of it, but it's a really cool thing. It's not Bluetooth. You just hook a aux cord into it and just play it from your phone or whatever. It's got really good speakers on it, and I just put it up there to display it because I thought it looked pretty cool. Now this NES is actually my dad's, and it's got it's got a crack like on the top of where the cartridges load. And that's how I know the difference between the two. One's like perfect, that you see right there to the left, the cartridge flap. And that thing in front of it, Aaron, aka Gug, actually got that for me for my birthday a long time ago. And that center speaker has a Wii U sensor bar in front of it that can run off of batteries or it'll be plugged into the Wii U itself. It's really nice because it's got wide range on it and everything. And just a bunch of my amiibo up there. Gold Mario. I don't think I have a silver Mario, but I just got a ton up there. I've never opened some of them, but some of them I have. On this set, some of the notable items is that Super Mario Brothers Collector's Edition Monopoly thing, Super Mario Brothers Wii. That game was great. That Super Mario mug or whatever changes colors when you put hot and cold difference in it. Whatever, I don't know. Pixel Pals Mario 2D and that Super NES Classic. And over here is the current console or whatever. That Wii box right there is actually my original box, I think. And just a bunch of stuff on it. Those Wii remotes down below actually came from a local Kmart that's now closed, sadly. But yeah, and just a lot of good memories here. On the wall over here, we got some Mario Hot Wheels cars and stuff I picked up at flea markets and stuff, and just a Mario plushie, a clock. It's got a ton of things around it, but I'll show you those in just a second. This calendar right here is 2019 calendar. I've been collecting those for years, and I've got, I think, all the way back to 2012. There's a Henry College flag, and then my dad's original copy of Mario Bros. I feel like he's gave me most of the collection, and that Mario amiibo that I've never opened that I got on 9/11/2015. But yeah. Starting out first with Switch lanyard, my school lanyard, Resurrection Conference. It's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Y'all should join or go. I don't know. Just look it up. I met the speaker that year. That was a long time ago, like 2 years ago. That was my first year. Reggie Dabbs was a good speaker there, and then if I can get this last one back here, that was a good year too. A lot of good memories. Over here is the Nintendo Switch part of the collection, and a bunch of stuff on top of the Switch box is stuff that I still use actively. I just stuck it up there because it, I don't know, goes with the Switch and stuff. But I've tried my best to make this look pretty cool with games lined up that way, and that's actually a launch night Switch too. I got on March 3rd, 2017, and I was the first to get it at my local Walmart. Down here is the console stuff. It's NES Classic on top of the NES there. That's the NES that came with that set over there too. And that's another poster that I was talking about. It's got all the first party games on it, like 10yardfight.com, stuff like that. It's just got on a big poster. I'd like to get it framed. There's a Mario Brothers 3 puzzle behind that too. This NES is like in perfect shape. I paid like $200 for Rob the Robot. I don't know what set that is. I keep forgetting what it is, but it like plays every game every time. I don't even have to clean most of them. But yeah, that NES Classic there too, as I said before, is a second edition. Sadly, it's not a first. And this is my dad's original Super Nintendo. And that Mario All Stars, I think it came from the flea market. Funny story about this one. The Nintendo 64 is dad's too, but the Super Mario 64 cartridge that was gifted to me by a cousin of mine, and like the box is not in good shape, but at least I got the game for free and a few controllers too. Down here I've kind of switched things up because I wanted to have the Wii U kind of closer. I didn't want to have the Wii U used to be right there where the GameCube is, but now I put the Wii U closer to where I can use the capture card with it. But over here we're going to start with the GameCube. I paid like $20 for this. Cables, no controller though, sadly. I had one that worked, but it don't anymore. But this Wii right here is pretty cool. I bought it at a yard sale for like $20, and it is like original. It's never been connected to the internet. It is like 1.1. Weather Channel doesn't even work. News doesn't work. I know the service is down, but it doesn't even have them installed. I mean, it's never been reset. It's even got that little tag on it that their nunchucks came with when they were brand new. But back there's my original Wii wheel, a little Mario Kart figure in front of it. And then this black Wii right here, oh lord, I bought this thing for like $60 and it smelled terrible. But kind of the main reason I wanted is because of the GameCube stuff, because the Wii I had at the time, I had a blue later edition, but it didn't have the little flaps on top of the GameCube stuff. Funny thing is though, I did have a original Wii. I had one with GameCube support, but sadly the IR reader, whatever it is, on the inside kind of broke or fried itself, kind of like a red ring of death on the Xbox. But anyway, here's a Wii U, Mario Maker right beside of it. I usually cover that up when I'm sleeping because those lights blind me. I can see them all the way from my bed. But there's the gamepad, and I got the charger hooked up, and down below here is just the controllers and wires and stuff. I wanted to have that covered up. I had some curtains, but I don't know where they are, but it's just a bunch of stuff, and I'm not going to show you the bottom. Over here at the games case, or whatever you want to call it, game shelf, whatever, here's the Switch stuff on top. It's just got a bunch of Joy-Con in there, and I charge them as necessary. It's got Wii stuff down below. This game on the top right here is Wii Sports. It's a CD case that I wouldn't use, and I was like, okay, I'm putting Wii Sports in there. And these two games right here, I struggle with these. I struggle with getting them back on there, right? Because I push them back down in there. It's I Spy and Deal or No Deal. It's some I Spy Spooky Mansion or something. That's a long time ago. But anyway, I'm gonna stop and let you look at all the games here. I'll call out some good ones. Mario Kart Wii, Animal Crossing City Folk, Barnyard's a good one, it was on GameCube. NASCAR Dirt to Daytona, best NASCAR game ever, I'm just gonna say it. And those Madden 2001 game, or the Nintendo 64 games on top of there, pretty good too. I forgot to mention I had some controllers on the side of this thing. There's a Switch one at the bottom, GameCube, and then the Wii U Pro controller, and then there's just a regular GameCube controller, and a Switch or Wii U GameCube controller adapter. And here's all the Super Nintendo games. And I'm gonna post later all the games that I have and everything. That's coming to my website, but those Nintendo 64 games get really annoying. But on the top of the NES thing, I've got a little something to keep all my controllers I used when I was streaming stuff with. It's got a Wavebird in there, Wii U Classic controller and whatnot. And that controller right there, at Super Nintendo Classic controller, that came in handy when I was doing Mario Maker. Gyromite, see, I'm just gonna let you look at these games too. I'll call out some good ones. I'm gonna post a list of them. These are just first party ones. I've got way more second party ones, I think, first party, but I'd rather get these out of the way first. They're pretty good. I've actually never played a bunch of these. Duck Hunt actually came in 2 editions of a cartridge. It came in that one with Mario Bros, and then it came in one by itself. I got both versions, and you can see there's a little difference between the cartridges. Some of them have the clips on top and some of them don't. They realized later that screws were going to cost too much, so they just replaced it with clips. And back up on top of the desk on my TV area, I got some Cubical Live stuff. Got that printed out or cut out or whatnot on some cardstock and just hung it up on the wall. I want to get something to put on sticky or whatever, stick it to the wall. This actually right here is a Purple Rain record by Prince. I just got it hanging up. Not Prince Aqua, but Prince. Down below my desk on the left side is my old computer, my old streaming buddy. The heater, the AMD FX 8320. Oh my lord, that thing would get hot when I'd stream. It's got some Windex and some cleaner beside of it. I gotta clean that Surface Pro all the time that I've got. It gets fingerprints like crazy. I want to get to a point where I can use this, the old computer as a secondary streaming computer or something, so I can do Fortnite or something on my regular computer. But back up on top of the desk, let's see. This is the monitor that's connected to the old computer, and I'm just using my old power stuff to mouse and keyboard stuff to control it. I can also use mouse without borders on there too. You should look that up. It's a very good program. And there's the Surface Pro I've got. It's got a Core i5. It's nothing extremely overkill, but yeah. Here's the game monitor that I use when I stream and record. That's the output from the capture card. And before you say anything, that thing over that light right there, that's actually a light covered up with that white thing. That's to help divide the light. It's to help make it not so harsh when I'm recording with that green screen, because without that, it gets bad. And then behind that is my friend Alexa. Alright, here's a good shot of what it looks like when I stream or whatnot, or whatever. This is where all the streams and videos come from. I've got everything hooked up to my new computer, which is powered by a Ryzen 7 2700, not an X, but just 2700, and running a GTX 1050 Ti. Down there's Corsair K55 keyboard and a Harpoon mouse from Corsair too. I bought this in just a Pro Gamer bundle or whatever. It was some sort of Christmas deal or something. And under that, it's just a regular Corsair mouse pad. Right there's a Google Home Hub, or Google Nest Hub, whatever it is. It's a Home Hub when I bought it. But I got it for $100 at Christmas time about 2 years ago, I think, 1 or 2 years ago. And that thing's great for a streaming monitor because I can cast Twitch or something to it. And just under the monitor there, it's got my game case, some screwdrivers, a Joy-Con grip, my capture card, stream deck, switch, and then that Radio Shack mic. I have no idea what that microphone is, but it does a good job for me. It's the one I'm using now. Something Radio Shack, it's hard to tell because you probably can't find it anymore because Radio Shack's gone. And then there's an awesome view of the little coop we love. Anyway, here is the computer again. I am afraid to take off the tempered glass protector. I just don't want to scratch it up. I'd like to keep it as new as I can. Well, I hope you enjoyed the full room tour, thankfully. If you have any questions or anything, I'm just leave them below. I'm going to go into more detail on some stuff in a later video. I got some good ideas during this isolation time or whatever. I probably have not a lot to do for a long time, so I'm going to try my best to get some stuff done. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for waiting 3 years. Also, that's a great Corsair headset. I don't know what it is. I wish I'd think of it for you. I'll put the links below to what I can if I can find it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching so much. And then we'll see you next time.